What's up YouTube? You're watching Team APS, Paul here, and in today's video I'm going to discuss why I feel like it's not really safe to invest in Yu-Gi-Oh!, why I think that Konami is trying to make this game more affordable and accessible, and how we as players have a lot more power than we think. Let's get started. So a little bit of context. Konami has recently made a lot of changes in the game, at least here in the TCG. So recently, card packs contain one foil and you're guaranteed to get a foil. So you'll get either a super, an ultra, or secret in any given $3.99 pack you buy at Walmart, or a pack that comes in a box. So everybody is guaranteed to get a foil card. This is great, and it was probably done for a number of reasons. Maybe to save on costs, but I don't think that was really it. But I think it was really more along the lines of this is to make the game a little bit more accessible and friendly for kids. When you buy a pack, you get the instant reward and gratification of being guaranteed a foil card, so it's easy to get those cards. And the ratios for pulling ultras and secrets has also been tweaked, so like in a box, you're supposed to be guaranteed 4 ultra rares and 2 secret rares, and normally that wasn't necessarily the case. You usually got 1 secret in a box, and ultras and ultis were just kind of like hit or miss. So next thing is that we've recently been getting a lot more reprint sets. Reprint sets like the yearly Megatens, which just reprint everything from the last year. And now we're getting things like, Premium Gold, which has been out for a few years now, but the one that's coming out in just another week is really, really big because it's got a lot of very valuable reprints of some quite recent cards that I don't think people expected to see reprinted in a Gold Series set this soon. So what does this all mean? Well, I feel like it means that Konami wants this game to be more accessible. It's just a cheaper game. You can pick up Megatens as a quick way to get back into the game and just catch back up. Or you can, buy premium gold packs and just get a lot of high value cards easily. And when I say high value, I don't necessarily mean monetarily, I just mean really good cards really easily. And I think that it could, be maybe an attack on the secondary market. I know that's what a lot of people think. But they seem to think that this is a bad thing, and I don't quite understand why. I think it's a perfectly good thing to make the game more accessible for like a child or a more casual player or a player on a budget. Because, believe it or not everybody has a lot of money. So when people complain about reprints and things like that, I'm a little bit confused because, reprints are generally a good thing. If you invest in this game heavily and you just, really dump your pockets into it, it's a little bit harder to sympathize with you for a number of reasons. It's kind of what this video is about. It's getting harder and harder to justify spending a lot of money in this game. Another great point that I'd like to bring up is actually the ban list. So recently we got an adjustment to the ban list. You guys already know about that, that's old news. But this ban list adjustment came out of nowhere. So why is this important, Paul? What are you talking about? It came out of nowhere, so it kind of goes to prove that Konami will give zero indication of when we can expect these things. We don't even know when we're getting the next regular ban list. It could be this month, it could be next, it could be never. And the other ban list, the adjustment, dropped on just a random weekday, like a Tuesday afternoon at X and X o'clock. It just popped up. There was no, here's when we're gonna drop it. There was no forewarning. It just happened, and a deck got kind of demolished. And the value of a lot of cards changed. People were angry because like, oh, I just bought my PayPay deck and all these things, and like now all the prices have dropped. Well, great, I feel bad for you, I guess. But the takeaway here is this proves that, Konami, don't misjudge their benevolence. They'll do what they want and just kind of when they want without necessarily explaining things. Whether you like that style of running a game or not isn't important. I know that Konami comes under fire a lot for different things they do. But the point of this video is really more like, don't be silly and, buy into this game knowing that your deck could get hit at any given time. A great example is the price of decks like Cosmos, which were initially very expensive, then they just kind of dipped down really low in price when like PayPay started to dominate. Then PayPay got hit and people hiked Cosmo prices up again, like Dark Story got to nearly $200 again. And it just confuses me because it's kind of like, why? Why, after seeing that Konami will hold no punches when it comes to hitting a deck that they want to hit, why would you then complain about like, oh, I lost all my money investing in PayPay, I hate Konami, and then go and heavily invest in another deck that may very well get hit? You can say all you want that Cosmos is balanced or Cosmos isn't going to get hit because it's not as good. That's great, but does that, I mean, no one knows how Konami thinks, let's be honest. No one knows their thought process or their procedure, and we probably never will. And so, you know, for all you know, Konami could hit Cosmo tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like tomorrow, oh, E-ban list that we're just, you know, limiting Dark Destroyer and banning Farm Girl and banning Utility. Okay, like, it could happen. So I don't see why people would just jump from, you know, spending money on one thing to spending money on another because the first thing didn't go well. Konami has proven they'll do what they want. And I think that it's a little bit ironic then that they chose to reprint Cosmos, many of them, in the upcoming like Infinite Gold set, the one that comes next week. So, you know, the people who spent money on Cosmos, now they're probably angry because like, oh, premium gold, well, poof, deal with that. And now the Cosmo cards, you know, they drop in price and everybody can get them, so it's not really as valuable. And I've heard complaints about that, like, wow, premium gold sucks at just reprinting stuff and killing the secondary market, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, at this point, you shouldn't really expect there to be a secondary market. People who are willingly spending, you know, 40, 50, 60, $80 on cards, 100 or more, you kind of have to blame yourself at some point. Because, well, like Konami has shown, they will do what they want, and they don't seem to really want cards to be expensive. They don't want decks to cost this much money. They're giving you holos in every pack. They're giving you more of them. They're reprinting more frequently. We're getting Megatins. We are getting, you know, all the stuff. It used to just be the only reason maybe not to invest was because you knew a ban list was going to hit top decks eventually. But now there's not even any telling when that will happen, and there's no telling when things will get reprinted. I didn't expect certain cards to get reprinted as soon as they are. Cards like, you know, Ignister and Luster Pendulum and, you know, even Ghost Ogre and like Archfiend Eccentric. And of course the Cosmos. I didn't expect these things to get reprinted quite this soon. I thought they would wait until, you know, Megaton 2016, but they're doing it already. So it just goes to show, if you invest your money in this game, there's very little reason to get angry or feel justified in being angry when Konami announces a reprint or randomly announces a ban list or something and it lowers the value of your deck. I've always had a bit of a problem in this community with how people seem to like to price gouge, and I don't get it because, you know, when I hear about a card that's been leaked and it's coming out in a certain rarity in a new set, people say, this is going to be like $80 on sneak peek day. But that confuses me. What do you mean? Like, who says who? Who has the authority? What entity has the power to say this card is going to be $80 at sneak peek? What? Like, who? Just some random person said that, or a group of people sort of said that, and then the Yu-Gi-Oh! Hive Mind followed it, and now this card on sneak peek day is $80, and people are paying $80 because they heard that it's worth $80, but no one stops to question, where do these prices come from? I mean, it's just some person trying to spin a profit. You realize, you know, if people refuse to buy cards, if you know, Cyber Dragon Infinity came out, and I don't know how much it was, let's say it was $60 in sneak peek day. If everyone refuses to buy Cyber Dragon Infinities for $60, and I'm talking at your locals, I'm talking on eBay, I'm talking from your vendor, or from Troll and Toad, or wherever, it couldn't be $60. If no one buys it, then they're going to just have to lower the price. If people would more collectively refuse to pay obnoxious prices for cards, they wouldn't be, you know, this game wouldn't be nearly as expensive. I mean, every card game has its pricey cards, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is higher up on the scale of expensive card games, and I don't necessarily see why, especially now, where Konami seems to be taking so many steps in the TCG to make this game more accessible, somewhat more balanced, just more affordable. It's like they don't want you to invest in it, and it's kind of for good reason. I mean, let's face it, you shouldn't necessarily be trying to make a business off a card game, at least not like, you know, this one. So, yeah, that's just sort of my discussion for the day. I feel like it's all a good thing, but you have to remember, we as players have power. If we collectively don't allow cards to, if we don't buy these cards for 60 or 70 bucks from vendors or, you know, random people on eBay, then they won't be that price. If people would stop, you know, setting prices of cards before they're released, it would, you know, just really pay off in dividends in terms of just making this game more affordable. I know there's some people who don't want this game to be affordable. They want this game to be expensive so that they can, you know, buy a lot of things in bulk, make profits, things like that. But I don't think that's what Konami wants anymore. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you guys sort of understood what I'm saying. I think that it's a perfectly reasonable decision for Konami to make foils easier to get and make more reprints, and I think that it's a little bit unwise to invest so heavily in this game and get angry when, you know, reprints are announced and ban lists pop up. So this game is volatile, but it seems like it's trying to be more accessible. It's trying to be cheaper, and I think it's a good thing. I think that as players we should accept it and take the necessary steps to keep the game low in price. Let's not try to force prices up. So yeah, that's the video. I really hope you guys liked it. I feel like I explained myself pretty well. I haven't done a solo video like this in a while, so I thought it'd be fun. And this video is coming out a little bit later on Friday than it's supposed to because I didn't have anything planned. So if you're still here, I've got a few other quick little announcements. Premium Gold, Infinite Gold comes out soon. I'm probably going to be doing a giveaway of that. It won't have started by the time this video's up, but I probably will. That's going to be provided by TCG Player. So it'll be a box of it, and that's also, so you can win that. I'll let you guys know when that happens. Remember, when I do these giveaways, I announce the winners on Facebook and Twitter, so sometimes people will be like, who won, when did you announce it? I announce the winners on Facebook, and I announce them on Twitter, so you need to follow me there so you can know. Also, Team APS Playmats, I recently started selling them through Inked Gaming. If you'd like a TCG player, or not a TCG player, Team APS Playmat, you should check the link in the description where you can purchase them. A little bit of the money from purchasing this mat goes to support me and the channel, and that's a really great thing. I hope you consider doing it. They're only $20, so it's a really great thing, and they're really great designs. It was designed by MST Tom Box. Also, I'm going to be doing live streams. Recently, I've been doing a couple. I'm doing them again mainly because YCS Houston is coming up, and we want to go to YCS Houston. YCS Dallas was a really fun time. We got to meet a lot of fans, sign things, take pictures, duel people, trade. So it was a fun time, and I want to go to the next one, but college is expensive, and we don't really have very much money, at least like me and the twins, and so we want to go, but we're doing a donation drive on Twitch. So every time we stream, we're asking people to, help donate to get us to that amount, to help cover the cost of travel. And we're doing real life duels, so it's not just like sitting on DN. Like I found a way to hook up a camcorder, and so we record the actual playmat and us dueling live, so it's actually really cool and fun, and we use fun decks, so it's great. Twitch.tv/TeamAPS, so you should check it out. And that's all. I think I didn't leave anything out, so leave your comments, leave your opinions on this in the comments. Do you think that Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a good thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! To become cheaper and more accessible? And do you think that this game should be expensive? I really hope you don't. So that's the vid. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.